Figure 4 Radio.
Hello, welcome to Figure 4 Radio live from MK11 at SummerSlam night, and we're talking with Gene Munny.
Yo, Genie baby, the sexual gamut.
Where did that come from?
Basically, it was one night, I was in Vegas, everything got mucky, everywhere, and all of a sudden, my Uncle Bobby says to me, "You are essentially the Mark Henry of British wrestling." But
okay.
But of course...
How much are you benching?
I bench 9,000.
Nice. It's a good number.
Yeah. Don't matter about if that's imperial or metric. Just 9,000 across the board. 9,000 across the board.
Am I right in saying you're not originally from Milton Keynes or the surrounding counties?
No, so I'm originally from a little place between up north and down south called Worksop.
So how does a lad from Worksop end up living near Milton Keynes and performing wrestling and all that sort of stuff? I'm curious, what drags you down south?
So, up north, it's grey and it's grim.
Whereas Milton Keynes is?
Milton Keynes is grey and grim and full of roundabouts. However, basically, I stumbled into a bit of money. I stumbled into, essentially, I don't mean to brag, but I essentially stumbled into 4 actual barrels of actual gold.
There's a lot of that up north, I hear.
Yeah,
just lying around.
1 barrel can buy you at least, 3 really good-sized sheds.
Of course, yeah.
So, basically, I used that money. I got myself some education. And then I had people asking me, Gene, run for Prime Minister. And I said, you know what? I can't. Because I don't have time to waste on other people.
No.
So I said I'll do one better. Give me the worst town in the world, and I'll make it better. So I moved to Milton Keynes.
As someone that's born here, all I can say is thank you, I guess.
You are very welcome.
How did you get into wrestling? Let's go from the very start. How did you discover wrestling? How old were you? Where were you? Who did you see? What did you love about it, etc.?
So wrestling for me was, I got into wrestling when all the other lads got out of wrestling.
Got ya.
So I was about 12, 13, and I was discovering myself as a man. And I saw Trish Stratus. And I thought...
End of story.
And ever since then, wrestling fan.
Fair enough. It's safe to say you're quite a character in the ring.
I have no idea what you are referring to. Please elaborate.
Slightly larger than life.
I take my weight quite seriously.
Often larger than life in the ring. Let's put it that way. Well, I'm trying to think without trying to bury everybody else. You tend to be the one that gets remembered from all my friends that come and see a show. Do you find that does that come naturally to you, or is?
There has never been a person I have never met who has never wanted to swap lives with me. And I like to bring that to the ring. I like to step in that ring and people just go, man, my life is terrible compared to Gene Munny's.
That's also what every one of my friends said.
That's the vibe I go for. Yeah. I hope that all of them have reevaluated their lives.
So recently we spoke to Hustle Malone about promos and videos and how different they are, because in a lot of the shows that we've watched and commentated on, sat in the audience for, not a lot of people are doing the stuff that Hustle's doing as far as promo videos go. And as I say, you're a lot louder, you've got a lot more charisma and personality to you than a lot of the local upcoming people. How important do you think that is, as far as on a local level, not necessarily being televised, but to walk out of there into a crowd full of people and instantly just be louder than everybody and be the man that everyone has to look at? How hard, is it hard for you, and is it important for you? Was that your number one thing to do?
For me, I was born with a gift, and that gift was a very rich family. And that family said to me, Gene, you little child, go and study the arts. Go and learn how to be an actor. And unfortunately, I spent that money on booze instead. And I got into a lot of fights in pubs, and I learned how to hold myself in vocularity.
And sorry, in what?
In vocularity, young Oliver. So what happened is I talk to people and they go, I don't want to fight you, Gene, not because of your this is not visual, this is just audio, right?
Of course.
So he said, with your totally ripped physique.
That was why I asked how much you bench, because you clearly work out. 9,000.
So, and then they see my physique and they think, I can take this very handsome man. And then I talk to him and I take him down. And so I took that skill and I took that to the ring. And no, don't get me wrong. There are some fantastic local guys around here. But, like, there's a guy called Ashley Dunn. I respect him in the ring lots. But and a guy goes out there and he kills himself. He kills himself.
He does?
For the crowd. And you know what? I want people to look at me and go, I remember Gene Munny.
Yeah.
And I want to do that without a broken spine. So you know what? People can take their flips. They can take the kicks. They can take the strongest and they can do one. They just need to get a mouth.
Why do you think people focus so much on the moves and the flips? Because it's like that meme
because
where
they're not talented enough to be Gene Munny.
There you go. But
no.
Is there a stigma around having to get your shit in and learn the coolest spots and
now
when wrestling's actually about entertainment, for want of a better word?
I've never told you this, Ollie, but I'm not saying I invented the shooting star, but I definitely perfected it.
You are.
But the thing is, I'm not a selfish man. I know someone down the road is going to want to do a swanton, and I'll be on before him, and I think, no, I'm not. I am going to be the better man. I won't do a shooting star for your sake. And you know what? I am a very courteous wrestler. I don't get my shit in. Last time I was in there, I did a 900-degree flip in training. I got to the top rope, did it from the second rope. And you know what?
How many rotations is that?
Enough. And you know what? I get a bigger pop from insulting a child and then hitting on his mother and serving a breakfast in the morning
than I will ever
get from the 900-degree flip.
I'm not sure which I have more chance of doing, to be honest. So I'm right in saying you wrestled for a number of promotions.
I have wrestled for a number of promotions, yes.
So Hope is one of those.
Hope is very much one of those.
Have you popped up in Lucha Britannia as well?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you've heard, but there is a man of the same height, stature, terrible tattoos, and essential wrestling moves who wrestles there under the guise of Payaso Pesadilla.
Wow.
And I hear he is phenomenal. Personally, I have never met him, but I hear he's phenomenal. I think you should definitely check him out. And I've been warned that he may molest people, but
okay.
How you know that when you go into Lucha
How would
Britannia?
we check out him and that promotion?
So Lucha Britannia,
I've seen a lot of pictures. I want to check it out. It's London-based, isn't it?
I don't know what they're doing really at the moment, but they're like they were doing the first and third Friday of every month.
Okay. And whereabouts is this?
This is Bethnal Green. This is the
Green.
Resistance Gallery in Bethnal Green. And yeah, so they used to do first and third Friday, and now I think it's just the third Friday, except for sometimes. You'll find out when you find out or not.
And anywhere else that you regularly appear for?
So we got Rise up in Leeds.
Okay. Going back to your roots.
Me and Uncle Bobby travel up to Rise. We work under the team name of the Buffet Club.
I'm going to get to that in a moment because there's a few things I want to mention.
Last Saturday we took on the team of the WizKid and Voodoo in a All Foods Legal match.
Yeah.
So All Foods Legal. I got violated with a baguette, and Uncle Bobby got a watermelon bowl straight into his testicles.
This is Rob Cage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know him as my Uncle Bobby.
Uncle Bobby,
One day, Gene Munny touches Ollie Spring on the shoulder.
This is happening.
One day he will be your Uncle Bobby.
He could be. If I play my cards right.
He will be everyone's Uncle Bobby one day.
So the Buffet Club.
Yeah.
Where did that get started?
So, once upon a time, I was very bored. And I don't mean to blow one's own trumpet, but toot toot. I essentially parodied the Buffet Club, the Bullet Club even. They're a thing.
I heard they parodied you.
Well, it depends who tells the story. I had a chat with a man. He was called Fergal, and he said, "Genie baby, look, I want to set up a club, but I don't want to step on your toes."
Of course. Very courteous man, I've heard his.
And he said, can I use your advice?
And your
I want to
t-shirt
form a
designs.
club that involves some bullets. And I said, it's never going to work. No one's ever going to buy it. And I swear to God,
Guns are bad, right?
if you Google Bullet Club now, you won't find a thing. Google Buffet Club, we are the ninth link on Google.
All over it. And am I right in saying recently the name was lawfully or unlawfully copywritten away from the Buffet Club?
Exclusive news from Gene Munny.
I don't want to throw fuel on the fire, but if you have any words for Mr. Reeves, this is a platform for you to speak on.
Once upon a time, there was a man called Ryback. And 1 year ago, I sent him a tweet saying, "Hi Ryback," or at Ryback22.
In this exact tone. Yeah, that's how you typed it, yeah.
At Ryback22. I think you should join the Buffet Club. Would you like us to send you a XXL t-shirt?
Did you offer to feed him?
I didn't offer to feed him. He's a big lad, and I've not made of money.
Well, you know.
Except for my last name. So yeah, a year later, Mr. Ryback changes his name to Ryan Reeves and says, "I am releasing a Buffet Club t-shirt."
Just like that. And it looks shit, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Basically,
yeah.
I would prefer to smear myself with embers. Hot embers.
Is there any other type?
Slightly colder embers.
Cool embers. Yeah, carry on.
I would prefer to smear them across the crack of my bottom than wear one of his shirts.
Would that make pork crackling? Would that be crackling there? Like, if you're the sexual gammon, then would that be the
would be my pork crackling. You are very correct.
So how did things stand between you and Mr. Back?
So, Ryback decided anyone who mentioned the real Buffet Club would get absolutely blocked the tits off.
Harsh.
So, he blocks me, he blocks Uncle Bobby, he blocks Fred, the milkman from down my road. You name it,
Fred's never hurt a fly.
Fred's never a fly.
Poor man.
So what happens is Fred gets blocked on the Instagram, on the Twitters. And all of a sudden, Genie decides to do a bit of investigator Gene research, and I stumble across Tess. Tess is the United States Trademark Service, and it appears that Mr. Reeves has applied for a trademark for the Buffet Club, which means, if successful, the Buffet Club, the real Buffet Club, will not be able to sell Buffet Club t-shirts to the United States. But fear not, dear listeners.
What about the United Kingdom?
No one cares about us.
Yeah.
But fortunately, what has happened is Uncle Bobby and I, we have said, look here, Ryback, we've been selling Buffet Club t-shirts in the United States for a year now. You have not got the ground to stand on, you young man. You don't have a chance in toffee for this. So, what's happening now is we are getting a lot of traffic on Google to our website on partsunknown.co.uk/collections/buffet-club, and we are selling a lot more t-shirts to North America.
So let's hear a little bit more about that website. Am I right in saying a guy called Patrick runs that website?
There's a very nice man called Paddy.
He was hanging around here somewhere. I've seen him somewhere, but he seems to have disappeared.
He's got them ridiculous little glasses on. But no, so like, partsunknown.co.uk
PARTSUNKNOWN.co.uk.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I would like to publicly use this forum to say thank you, Ryback. I have sold so many more t-shirts thanks to you.
So actually, am I right in saying that this whole copyright thing has turned in your favour?
Like, I'm not going to say I know how many Ryback sold, but I know how many I've sold.
Yeah.
And
you're happy with that number?
Let's say I have 5 barrels of gold now.
So a couple more questions. Where did Gene Munny, the name, come from? How did that get originated?
I was born as Gene Munny. I was christened.
Was
christened Eugenius G. Genie Gammon Munny, and basically, my parents are sadists. That's not even their last name. They just wanted a hilariously named child. They're the kind of people who says jet fuel can't melt steel beams kind of people. So yeah, I was christened Gene.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, and where can we find you online? Like your Twitters,
If you need to find me, check your mum's kitchen in the morning. If you can't find me there, then I am at Twitter /I'm so Munney Munny. I am on Facebook. I can't remember it. Just search Gene Munny.
Pretty sure it's just Gene Munny.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I tagged somebody called Gene Munny earlier. It might have been you.
It's brilliant. I got recently tagged as what was he called? Jerry Munny. And he's a
Who the hell's that guy?
He's a Canadian psychologist, and they really wanted to thank him for all the work they'd done. I had so much fun accepting that. Yeah,
I can imagine.
They were wonderful. You can find me there. Parts Unknown. Buy my merch.
Partsunknown.co.uk. No, .com. .co.uk.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, one of them.
Try one. If it doesn't work, try the other.
But make sure the money goes into.
Excuse me if my
t-shirts.
voice may have changed during this podcast. I am on my 17th banana daiquiri.
That's all good. Gene Munny, thank you very much for joining us on Figure 4.
Absolute pleasure. Listeners, you don't need to know this, but we just shook hands across the desk. That is commitment to this.
For those of you who can't see us, is our regular saying.
Or did we? You'll never know.
Are we dressed? Are we not? Who knows? Go to partsunknown.co.uk.
I only have one shoe on.
I haven't got any.
Wow.
I'm in old moccasins.
Moccasins.
Yes.
This is the world we live in. And of course, we're at MK11 right now, celebrating the Summer Slam party. They are wonderful, and try the banana daiquiris.
And as this is going out after SummerSlam, what do you think of the main event?
I got to admit, when Dolph Ziggler denied the Holocaust, I was outraged. I don't know how he dared say that. But other than that, it was a solid 6 out of 5.
It was.
And I want to go to bed now and just crawl up to my 5th barrel of gold.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, man.
Thank you. Let's
do it again. That feels good.
All the best.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Gene Munny live at MK11. I've been the Mastermind Ollie Spring. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/figure4radio, youtube.com/F4TV. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter at figure4radio. If you listen to us on iTunes, you can also check us out on Stitcher, Podomatic, and we are also on TuneIn radio app as well. So many places to check out Figure 4 Radio. We will be back next week with even more wrestling content, but for now, take care and we'll see you next time.
Figure 4 Radio. Figure 4 Radio.